Hey everybody, welcome to Raising Vibrations, and you with Simon today. And we're doing chart of the day, and this is for the 1st of June and the 2nd of June 2016. And to everyone that's out there that's watching this video, welcome. Thanks so much. I hope that you've been having a good week and you've been finding yourself navigating through these interesting times with the least amount of resistance possible. So today I've got the 4 seasons that naturally manifest themselves, and I found it really interesting to actually connect with the charts today in this way because I feel like there's so many different themes that are playing out with regards to the astrology, and there's so much change that is occurring for us. Like I said, the shift in perspective, and also how there's, like I said, there's such difference that is playing out in the astrology chart. There's different energies all being present, and the relationship really to the 4 seasons in that sense is more along the lines of how mutability is shifting between seasons. Immutable signs, of course, being the Pisces, the Gemini, the Sagittarius, and the Virgo, but also the nature of how times change and how the different responses we have to reality. So for instance, in summer, for instance, we don't dress up in winter clothing because the weather is not appropriate. So it's like which energy is appropriate, or which response to the energy is appropriate for us as we go through these very wild and interesting and dynamic changes on the planet. Okay, so here's the chart, and just get my little marker up over there for us. So we've got the moon situated, interestingly connected to Uranus, which was the shocking and inevitable changes that will be occurring. The moon playing out a very subtle and yet at the same time dramatic change with regards to Uranus. It's around about 10 o'clock past 10 in the evening in Sweden. At the moment, the moon will probably go void of course within the next 6 hours from now. So there's already this unpredictability and the sense of like shocking experiences, this need for energy coming to the surface. There's this need for a change, and whatever that might be. You've got the sun now at 11 degrees Gemini, and Venus is actually conjunct that sun at this stage. So Venus at 10 degrees, and so tomorrow the sun will actually move to 12 and Venus will stay there. But the thing that's really interesting with the situation is that the sun's going to be opposing Saturn. Okay, and of course with Saturn being completely and utterly connected to the sun, pardon me, not the sun but Neptune, and Saturn connected to Jupiter, which I've been speaking about before, we've got this mutable cross coming up. So that's the changeability. That's the kind of like shifting, and which reality is it going to be? Is it going to be the Jupiter and Virgo issue that's going to come up? Is it going to be the Saturn and Sag issue that's going to come up? Is it going to be the Neptune experience that's going to come up? So there's those changes. There's this unpredictability. And then the sun is squaring Neptune. Okay, so the sun's going to move to 12 degrees. Venus is going to also square Neptune. So this is a big deal, guys. You know, whenever the moon, whenever the sun or Venus themselves starts to make angles, especially squares, towards, Neptune, we're looking at the inner nature of reality being a very sort of like, is it real? Isn't it real? Do I experience things in an idealistic way? So there's a lot of ungroundedness that can actually take place at the moment, and it's very, very important to keep yourself connected and grounded. Doing practical things one step at a time, processes is very essential, I would say, for the next couple of days. I would also say that with Neptune squaring Venus, and of course the sun squaring Venus is, not squaring it, but squaring Neptune square sun, this is going to be something again where it's like really getting in touch with reality can be difficult. And again, with the constellations being Pisces and Gemini, it's like a flooding of information, and where does it belong? Okay. And so, like I said, for the next couple of days with Uranus obviously being connected by the moon today and the moon moving forward, of course, I would say simple is the best. I would say just being calm, just related, just chilled out would be the best way to respond to this energy at this point in time. Again, Saturn opposing Venus, Saturn opposing the Sun. This again is issues outside of yourself regarding authority and really getting in touch with the oppositions that might be playing out at this stage. You might be extra sensitive. I mean, this is again what the Neptune was about, that sensitivity towards your reality. And it's now really manifesting for ourselves. The change is occurring and it's slowly and surely but shifting itself. And of course, when the Sun starts to move away from the square with Neptune, when Venus starts to move away from the square with Neptune, we'll start to see the new direction emerging for us in a way that we didn't actually realize was occurring right under our noses, because the nature of Neptune in itself is so, foggy. So get some good rest. If you're dreaming of late, like write down that stuff. Beware of like relationships and that stuff, having like oppositions and conflicts, etc. Everybody's moods can be changing really rapidly, and just really getting in touch with slowness, just chilled out, simple things, nothing extravagant at this stage. And yeah, that's what I could recommend for today and tomorrow. Okay. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for watching Chart of the Day. And don't forget to click on the newsletter if you're not part of the Raising Vibrations newsletter. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel or watched any of the other videos, I highly recommend doing that. Okay. Fantastic. Take care, everyone. Bye.